Dear chess friends, the semi-Slav defense d4, d5 followed by e7, e6 and c7, c6 is one of the most popular openings for black. However, it can originate two completely different concepts of the opening repertoire. One of them includes the early knight g8 f6 and leads to a number of popular and deeply developed systems like the Meran, the anti-Meran, Botvinnik, Moscow, anti-Moscow gambit, the Westphalian system, and so on. The other concept in which black refrains from the early knight g8 f6 is presented in this DVD. It is based on two double-edged systems. First is the Nottebohm system, here knight f3, d takes c4, and the other is the Stonewall system, when white plays e3 and black replies with f5 at some point. Of course, white obtains some other options, the most important of which is the so-called Slav gambit, e4. The distinctive feature of this opening concept is that depending on white's system of development, it may lead to completely diverse types of positions. On the one hand, this feature makes understanding of all the multitude of strategic ideas more difficult. On the other hand, it helps black to develop his or her strategic can and the pool of tactical instruments. Therefore, this concept, the Nottebohm Stonewall repertoire, is a particularly good choice for young rising players. When you study an opening, the most important thing is practice. Don't hesitate to play the opening, even if you are not yet familiar with all the lines. Anyway, you are not able to learn them once and for all. After you play a game, refer to the source, for instance to this DVD, and compare your play with the theoretical recommendations. Try to understand the difference. Well, sometimes you will see that your choice was better than the view of the blind-eyed lady, as the theory is sometimes called. The DVD contains a number of clips in which I briefly explain particular variations. More detailed, updated analysis, games and texts of my articles on the subject published in the Chess-Base magazine can be found in the attached database. I hope you will enjoy this issue and include the Nottebohm Stonewall concept in your opening repertoire. Good luck. Now I'll tell you about the most important variations you must know. Now, first of all, white can play knight f3 or knight c3 on move 3. If white plays knight f3, c6, he can play something like bishop g5. He can play knight bd2. He can play queen. He can play g3, sacrificing a pawn on c4. He can play queen c2. And then he can play e3, both after knight f3 and e3. knight c3, c6. White can also play e3. Then after knight c3, c6, white can go for the exchange variation, c takes d5. Then the important system I have already mentioned is e4, which leads to the Slav gambit. And finally, the main thing is the not a bomb variation, knight f3, d takes c4. At the end I included some clips containing typical games and typical so-called not a bomb ending. So please enjoy the DVD.